Hello and welcome to my wire wrap and bead bracelet tutorial. As you can see, there's some beautiful things that you can do with this technique. First order of business is to gather your supplies. Once you've chosen your beads, you'll want to go ahead and cut your wire. I have a 3/4 inch bead, so therefore I cut my wire about 3 inches long. So now I'm ready to begin. I've got my wire cut and my beads are all ready. With my round nose pliers, I grab my wire about 1/3 of the way down. You'll want to bend your wire at a 90-degree angle. I move my pliers to the top of that angle. I then loop the wire over the top of the plier until it touches the lower portion of the wire. I then move my plier to hold the other side of the circle. I then continue with the shorter piece to make another 90-degree angle. I now rock the pliers to continue the circle. Then with my fingers I bring that wire back down to the 90-degree angle. I now grab that loop that I just made flat in my pliers. Now with my fingers I start wrapping the shorter end around the longer end. You want to make sure to go as tightly as possible. When you get down to the end of the wire, you want to make sure those ends are nice and secure. So just flatten those down a bit with your flat nose plier. Now you can go ahead and slip one of the beads on the wire. Now with your pliers, you'll want to grab about 1/8 of an inch out from the bead. Fold your wire over for a 90-degree angle. Now wrap your wire around the needle nose plier until it's flush with the other end of the wire. After grabbing the other side of the loop that you've created with your needle nose plier, continue around to make the loop and rocking it back to that 90-degree angle. Now grab that loop that you've just created flat in your plier so you can continue the wrap on this end of your bead. Now as you did on the other end, you want to make sure that the wire is nice and secure and your wrap is tight, and then finish off with your plier to secure those ends so you have no rough end sticking out. Alright, now you've created one section of your wire wrap bead. You will continue in this fashion, making more sections and connecting them when you, just after the loop is made. You'll make that loop and connect the previous one and then go ahead with that wrap. I connect my findings in the same way with the loop. When it's just before I wrap it, I put that finding on and then I continue on with my beads. So as you can see, it's really starting to take shape. I'm getting the one end on before I forget to put it on, and then I continue on with the rest of the sections. You'll want your bracelet to be about 7 or 8 inches long, so you'll want to keep that in mind before you close up that last loop and put on that other finding. Now you've completed your bracelet. Enjoy!